Police or zombie problems? Your tortoise won't stop breakdancing?
Try blue tape.
The miracle of our age. Yay! Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me, or I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me, or I'm a man.
You know what? I talked to your mayor.
Deceived, hiding from the lawsuits, a new trick up your sleeve. Paperwork, flimsy truth, taking a dive, drowning paperwork, then buried alive. Fraudulent dollar, playing the game, dodging the heat while fueling the flame. Thinking you slick, now we see through the scheme. Bankruptcy, fraud, that's stealing the dream. Stacks of life folded, origami finesse. You're bleeding broke, but your dollar screams success. Got the 56K, the attention, the barn go sweet. But in court you crying, I can't make ends meet. Heavy face produce, gavel about to drop. Your lies are crumbling, your case is a flop. Fake tears streaming, crocodile flow. But the fraud you pulling, everybody knows. Fraudulent dollar, playing the game, dodging the heat while fueling the flame. Thinking you slick, now we see through the scheme. Bankruptcy, fraud, that's stealing the dream. Money trail messy, footprints in the sand. Everybody watching, receipts in their hands. Lawyers on your neck, think you know what a scheme. But your team discussed it all on their live stream.
Now you posting for loans about selling your jewelry? Your jewelry in Diddy. Are you kidding me? 3 cellular providers not produced in Discovery. Are any of those brain cells on?
You lied to the court and left your donors misled, saying 6K was for fighting when you had already fled. Winning the case, this is only delays. A courtroom race and you running relays.
Stop selling jewelry. Stop taking out loans. Seriously, stop.
All right. What's up, man? I love that dance. I swear.
I love onesie tug. Onesie tug is funny.
It's funny, like the little one, when she sees it, she thought it was so funny when I called it Breaking Dad, that she still remembers it. It's like, that's Breaking Dad. I'm like, you don't even know what that's about. So it's funny. Oh my God, man. By the way, I have been working very hard on getting the 501c3 set up, you know.
Oh,
Man, I
yeah,
don't
you need
know.
that. You need that with your little turtle rescue that you have going on.
little nothing. Look at this, man, folks. So we are taking this next level, babies. And here we go. Check this out. So, let's see.
I can't wait.
I mean, where do we
Oh
even
my
start here?
God. What is happening?
Look, we got our.
Wait, are they upside down? Did you take off all the turtles? What the hell is happening here?
No. We've lost a few. We'll talk about the expenses in a minute. Don't mention the turtles and something's happening. I mean, that turtle is totally well. They come out of their shell sometimes. You know? Yeah. Beware, you know, and don't walk near the outhouse. There's snakes. So.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Is that
We've had one of the
outside?
toilets has been delivered, by the way. So, you know, we're just waiting on the other toilet. I mean, this is again, you know, we've been trying to come up with all the money that's been spent, you know, just to make sure that all of our investors understand as we try to put this thing together. Now, of course, we have a little problem. We already spent $20,000 on the fence, and well, I think we need a little bit more fencing.
I like the leftover lumber that's sitting in front of the porta potty. The pile.
Yeah, that's actually
lumber.
That is strategically stacked. Just to note, I mean, that is how you store it for the long run. When you want to build a barn dominium, you have to season it. And what better way to season the wood than outside the outhouse? Yeah.
So it can absorb all the fragrances.
Yeah, that's strategery. That's what I'm telling you. Strategery.
How dare you? How dare you, Lynn? This is not beating the toddler gauntlet. You just haven't seen it in a while. Because I'm sorry, but I think I can put my Lego Turtle Purgatory up against this. Shall we have a contest?
I don't know, man. Look, we still.
I think you've forgotten how extensive Lego Purgatory is.
I've been seeing a wrecker, you know, driving around lately too. I think the RV is in trouble.
Oh boy.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so let me pull out a few. We've had a few plans for to show you all of the expenses and everything else that have come with this. First of all, I'm thinking about really getting the 501c3 off the ground. So we do have the perfect name, by the way. I thought of the name. Here we go. Look, this is our part of our presentation. 501c3. We're going to call it the Shell Corporation. You know?
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's a perfect name. That's what I'm saying. And look, I took Ray's advice. I'm not writing anything on signs we put in the ground. This is erasable. So, yeah, anything.
Perfect.
Yeah, no matter what I write down. Now, for some reason, I learned this, by the way. When you don't hook up the toilets, you can't flush the what's a nice way of saying deceased? The expired turtles down the drain.
Expired turtles.
Yes, they do not fit. No matter how much you plunge, they do not fit. So that just didn't work. Not one of the best, but you know, we're a startup. We're a startup.
Oh,
so.
Lord. Lord.
Now we've run into a few expenses.
Wait,
now.
Where's the wedding chapel? Isn't there going to be a wedding chapel?
Well, I mean that would have to be part of the expense again. On top of the $11 billion. This is funny. My daughters have actually been like, "Dad, are you feeding your turtle game addiction?" They told me the other day, they were like, "You must photograph it to remind yourself of what you spent."
Oh, that's funny.
Yes, this is a part of, again, you know, for all the donors out there that donated the $11 billion. This is keeping a little bit of the costs here. And after I did this, I thought, well, you know what? We should write up some of the costs with photos. So here, let me pull a few of those up. You know, first, we got a few letters saying that the fence, we weren't actually keeping the numbers there. So again, we decided, look, this is a very, very proper, look at that, guest check.
Written on a guest check.
Yeah, guest check there. Yeah, that's how all businesses do it, you know?
Okay.
10
all right.
Holy shit, that is 10. Just randomly. I mean, somebody just, they counted them very properly. And you can see that doesn't include gravel, road, dirt, filler, labor, screws, grommets, or anything else we need. So it was, we
Mhm.
had to tip $5,000 too. So actually,
Oh,
it was
yep.
very expensive.
Well, you're
Yeah.
a good tipper. You have to be a
Yeah,
good
well, you
tipper.
have to be.
There's
know?
nothing says secure and good financial record keeping like handwritten receipts.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it was now of course when we ran into some little problems. Now I learned this little thing about it. I learned it from another turtle rescue that apparently you have to fill in the fence holes when you got really nasty neighbors. Apparently there was a smell coming from around the fence hole post, and yeah. So I think somebody did the number 2 in the host,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so we had to have a fence post fill. That's $5,000, because there was poop in the hole from neighbors, as we found out. We also had 3 fees added. There was a that's nasty fee, and there's a really nasty fee. And it's a really
God.
gross fee. It was very expensive. We did not tip this time though, because I did not want to pass that on to the donors. And as we were making pictures, we were told that we might need a little bit of a expired turtle rehoming fee. So we, like with these other rescue that I've been listening to, they've been rehoming their turtles. So yeah, we need we're rehoming a few as well. Isn't that beautiful? The 501c3
Interesting.
needed $100 for some reason. I don't remember why.
We don't remember why.
Yeah, we had to tip fishing
That's
game
not
for some
important.
reason. Yeah, we had to really we need some decoy turtles, and fishing game. Like I said, we tipped them. Those two they don't come together, but yeah,
Right. Yeah, that
and we need to buy
tracks.
some shovels too. So that's a little bit of the money. They're up to about $38,000 out of the
Mhm.
wait. So and we need some new fencing, of course. when
Makes
we look at the
perfect sense.
place. Yeah. We actually have not one, but if you notice as well, we now have 2 outhouses. Because some places only have a blue bucket and an outhouse. We have 2 outhouses. Look at that! Isn't that beautiful? 2 outhouses. What's
I
funny
can't
is this
even
is
believe how beautiful that is. It's eye-watering.
what's funny is I still have a separate one for the original idea for the game. I have another one over here by itself. Somebody sent one in the turtles on it. They're unlike the US versions where you get the square headed ones like
Uh-huh.
this. These have texture on the heads. So I was
Ooh.
like, they're awesome looking.
Nice.
So yes, so if you would like to donate, whether that be items like toilets or RVs or just whatever, if you would like to donate, make sure to fill that out, donate a little bit, because again, we have ran through our numbers. Hey, that's those $56,000. It went really fast.
Well,
I mean,
it always does. It always does. The donations, they just don't last, which is why you have to just keep getting more. Folks, you just gotta send that turtle stick money. I mean, breadstick money.
turtle stick money. Man, I really would. If a 501c3 was not so expensive to set up and incorporate, I would actually do that. I really would. I would. It would be I would put in a mission statement for saving the plastic turtles and everything. I would.
Nice.
Yeah. I kept thinking, with all the costs that are associated with a 501c3, how the hell did Preston do that?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, because I
How
mean, it's
did
not it's not cheap.
No.
Now,
That's actually a really good question I never thought about before.
yeah, because I mean, we were talking about some
Did she
decent money.
raise money to do that too? Was there a campaign to raise money to start the 501c3?
Thinking about building a barn. God. Also, I had to find a surface that would hold all this mess.
I know that's why I quit. That's really why I quit building Turtle Purgatory out of Legos. I don't have anywhere to put it. It's
Yeah,
just
this
it's
thing.
gotten it could be so big right now and so great. Like, but I just don't have a display. I don't have so I'm looking forward to when I get my new office because Mr. Fox is going to build me display shelves for my Legos. So I'll have room to spread it out then. But right now it's literally sitting on my dresser in pieces because I have nowhere to put it.
Yeah, I mean these things they're fun and funny, but they take up
They take
a
up
lot
space.
of room. Yeah,
Yup.
I've got one of those rolling art, or supply holders. That's what that's sitting on. It's taking up the whole freaking day. Oh my God. You should see some of the wonderful stuff that's about to be sent. Oh Lord. I have seen here, I don't want to ruin everything, but I do want to note one little piece that apparently every freaking 501c3 must have. I learned this again from the other turtle rescue,
Okay.
So all right, give me 1 second. Now, this is very important, by the way. There are many things. Like I said, you may think, when you think turtle rescue, what is the one thing that you think you probably should need, right? What would that be? What would you
Turtle
say?
food?
No.
No. Okay, wait. Turtle housing units?
No. One more guess, and then I'll
All right. Turtle rescue. Turtle meds, antibiotics.
No, from the other one we learned. Now you probably haven't been keeping up enough tension, and that's okay because from the layperson's mind, if you're not running it, you may think turtle supplies, but no. What you really need to keep those turtles in line: leopard print
What?
underwear. Yes, remember there was a certain man that used to run around in those. Remember, we heard all about it.
What in the
That's how you keep the
hell?
turtles in line. Yes.
What in the hell?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait, okay, this is a piece of the lore that I think I have missed. What?
Yeah, that's what you need. You need those. Yeah.
No.
It's if you don't have them. I mean, if you can't keep the turtles in line, that's why that's why the chickens kept rubbing themselves bald because they were, Yep.
Oh my God.
Oh Lord. I mean, it's amazing, huh?
It's ridiculous, is what it
Yeah.
is.
No, this
Absolutely
is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
But that's what you need. Now some people were like, "Oh, well, I thought that was jean shorts." No, leopard
No.
print. That's what you need. You are not keeping up with all your lore. You think back.
Yeah, I that's part of the lore that I completely missed.
Well, maybe you got a mental block, folks. Maybe a mental block. That's okay.
Hey,
That's
if I
okay.
disappear, my computer's doing something weird. So I'll come back.
Yeah, it's the leopard print. That's what I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
my computer is on the fritz now because of that. I gotta close some things because it's giving me weird warning signs. But anyway, if I go
it's your computer
silent or
purring.
something,
That's what it is. It's like purr. Yeah. So, again, folks, if you would like to contribute to the wonderful plastic turtle, it's a shell. It's a shell thing. Shell Corporation.
Perfect.
Oh my God, these people. Lynette, she hasn't posted in the last day or so, but she definitely had a lot to say in the last day leading up to when I think we ignored her yesterday, and she was like, "Oh no, I can't get any attention," so she didn't post anymore. It was sad. It was. So I thought about bringing that up. Before that, though, we had a lot of questions about the Lips lawsuit. What exactly was going on with that? So let's pull up that document real quick. Since
Which I would like to point out was filed late.
Yes, and not only that, but okay. So I have a real weird thing about this. Like they're they're unable to do anything with this lawsuit, but other lawsuits they are filing items in.
Yeah,
So,
they're filing like crazy.
yes.
So what the hell, lips? Michael Mr. Doritos has been filing all kinds of responses while he's allegedly laid up with the coof.
Yeah,
So
I mean it's wild. So, I mean, again, when they're taking their class action attempts and they're trying to answer, those bank issues, they are under siege right now. Make no mistake, like they've got some real problems right now, and they are desperately trying to stave off these issues. I think they're going to run out of road, legally speaking, pretty soon. There's not a lot left. When you're like, hey, I'm going to try to threaten class action lawsuit against the people that are talking about repossessing my property. That's probably saying you're a bit desperate. But what do I know, right? What do I know? I'm not a used to be lawyer, right?
right.
Oh my God. So we have a second motion now. After the first 5 days, they sit around and what do? They don't file anything. They had all the days before that, so they have all the time before that where they talked all kinds of smack about how right when it expired, we were going to owe what, 300, I think it was up to $300,000. Is that correct? 300.
360, I do believe we were at 360,000 smackaroos.
Yeah, we were going to owe it right.
What lawyer Lisa says.
Oh, what a great lawyer too, man. That mailing thing is pretty interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So Felisa, the pretend lawyer, says we're going to owe $360,000 in legal fees, but it appears they're not working on this at all. Right?
Yeah, it's so weird.
How did they rack up $360,000 in legal fees when they haven't even been able to? They haven't filed anything.
Yeah, see, that would be a major problem here. And you know what? You're hitting right on it. I was thinking about this yesterday. It's like, wait a minute. How are they working 8 hours a day, bringing on extra staff and more, but they can't file
on time?
Anything?
2 extensions? They need 2 extensions. All right, hold on. I got to put my core prognosticator avatar on because I'm feeling a prediction coming. All right, here's what I'm predicting for this case. They will continue to stall and drag it out as long as possible without actually filing anything of substance, as long as the judge will allow it. Oh, by the way, you know what I got today? You know what somebody sent me?
What's that?
Another filing for sanctions against Leslie Federigo's.
Oh, yes.
Did you read it? Because it is hilarious.
It's fire. Oh, yeah. I thought about covering that sucker because it is fire. It depends on how much time we had today.
It is so funny. And I actually think that's one of the things she got her license suspended for, if I remember correctly from the disciplinary hearing stuff that I read, because she accused a judge of I don't know, like changing an order. She accused the judge of fabricating something, and the lawyer, she accused the lawyer of fabricating an order, and then oh my God, and none of it was true, obviously. I mean, and I think she got referred to the bar for it.
Yeah, but what we've learned about the bar is that you can do some pretty obscene things, and when you're finally cornered by the bar, all you have to do is be like, I think I'm going to retire now.
Yeah, I quit.
Yeah, and they're going to be like, okay,
you know what?
Not our problem anymore.
There is a real danger that the Arizona bar is going to allow David Gingras to do that. He is already saying that he's going to give up his license in Arizona. And I did write to them a press inquiry the other day saying, I just want you to know, after I gave them the questions that I had for them, because he is under investigation by them. I said, I just want you to know, this person threatened me personally and many people I know with lawsuits using his legal license as a weapon. And if you let him retire his license without there being any record of discipline, it will be on your head. when he goes and does this to other people in other states.
Yeah, but see, they don't care as long as
Well, they
doesn't-
should.
Well, but as long as it doesn't interfere with their ability to collect dues, the bar doesn't care. Like that's the thing, you know. If somebody's going to be out of their hair and they don't have to pretend that this reflects on lawyers, fine, get out. You know, that way they don't have something on the record where someone got in trouble and they can continue to collect dues. And you know, there's a big wink, wink, nod, nod too. You keep paying your dues, and even if you screw up and screw up majorly, we'll give you that soft landing. You know, much like
It's
every
so
American
wrong.
CEO. It's amazing.
It's so wrong. It's so wrong. Where is the comeuppance? Where is the accountability for these people when they break these alleged? You know what? Then you know what, the bar associations don't have ethics. Then do not have ethics rules, because you don't intend to enforce them, and you don't intend to make anybody pay for not living by it. So you need to stop. Honestly, just so annoying.
It's actually quite amazing to see the hypocrisy to them. You know, they sell this idea that if something happens, they have a responsibility to the people, you know, to the system, to actually do something about it. And they do. They actually do have a responsibility, but they don't uphold it. They very rarely do. It has to be something that not only is egregious, but it has to get enough headlines behind it for them to even react. I mean, the only reason they're doing anything to David Gingras is because, you know, he got some notoriety behind him too, with all this stupid. You know, he's done some really dumb things lately, but look at all the dumb things he did before that. It's amazing. Oh, I mean, when we look at this right here, these people are perfect freaking example. So here we have a second motion for extension to file a response. So again, we have Michael Federicos and Leslie Federicos, through Michael, of course, representing himself and Leslie, stating that Michael is hereby filing a second motion for extension to file a response for an additional 5 days to respond. Again, he's supposedly ill with the beer bug, and he is still recovering from the beer bug, as it says. While again, they are writing documents for other court cases. It's wild.
Yeah, and filing in other cases. Like what? How do they get away with this? Is this, I don't know if this is something that Randy can bring up, but I
don't know. We'll find out.
I hope he can.
We'll find out and see, because again, you know, they want to be able to handle one thing at a time, and unfortunately, I mean, we're not the ones who dug in these holes. You know, they continue. They want to attack on certain levels, and they're hoping that ours doesn't move forward, because I mean, it's a problem here. I mean, the the thing that was filed about vexatious litigant is a big problem for them.
Yes, it is.
That right there is just a knock all the pieces off the board. And we're not the only people to file something like that, by the way. And I think, you know, as this stuff moves forward, we're actually going to see more places do the same thing. You know, anytime
I think so too.
Anytime they bring something, you know, if Michael, even if he's attached to it, if Leslie's name is attached, I think people in Florida, they're going to be like, look, this woman should be a vexatious litigant. You know, she brought all of this stuff in the past. You need to file. You need to mark her. And then,
well, I'm really hoping that our motion to declare her a vexatious litigant will be the thing that gets her declared officially.
Yes,
that's what I'm hoping.
It should, under law, it should.
That will be really groundbreaking and also hilarious. So stay tuned for that, because I do believe that will be the end result. With my court prognosticator avatar on, that I do believe that's how this is going to end.
Well, we definitely have somebody that meets all that criteria. And again, I thought we were very nice and graceful and very lenient, even with the first time when she brought it up. She, she quote unquote released us from things, as she liked to say, but she kept threatening us and saying she would
Mhm.
hold it over us for years. And it was like,
Mhm.
no, bring it then. But
And also,
after
I would
that,
like to point out, I think there's some confusion, maybe not in this chat, but on the comments on my video. I released a video, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, I don't remember, about the cease and desist, when we got it live on the air.
oh yeah, yeah.
Do
Mhm.
you remember that?
Yeah.
I edited down like a 30-minute video that was basically like a recap of the first time we talked about her, which
Mhm.
was only when she filed a lawsuit against Jeremy Hales. And I had somebody say to me in the comments, "Oh, so you never responded to someone that you talk about all the time?" And I was like, "Oh, no, no, no. Excuse me. I had never spoken her name at all on the air until that night because she had filed against Jeremy Hales. She had tried to contact me and I said, "No, I don't want to talk." I didn't respond because I knew she was an attention seeking, just attention seeking, trying to make a buck on my name and on our channels, get us
No,
to talk about her, build a buzz. So I refused
here's
to
the
talk
thing
about
too.
her.
On top of that, though, look, we get requests all the time for people to, go on shows and everything else. Now, you don't have to take every one of them. This is a person that, admittedly, when they try to make excuses, they love to point out, I only had X amount of subscribers. Okay, well, so it's a startup channel. That if I saw that channel, I would have thought startup channel. That's what I thought right off the bat. And when I'm getting requests again, startup channel's okay, by the way. But I would probably, if I were going to go on one, I would go on plenty. There's plenty of other ones, and they wouldn't have involved certain people that were attached to the ecosystem that have gone out of their way to defame and just nasty shit. I mean, your boy there, you said, I don't want anything to do with that person, and she
Yeah,
tried to take you there.
imagine me going on the channel of someone who was brought into this by another person who shared my private text messages. Why would I do that? Like why on earth would anybody do that? But I just wanted to point out we had never talked about her until she sued Jeremy Hales, forcing us to talk about her because she entered the case. And that's the case we're covering. So, of course, we had to talk to her. And on the very first night we talked about her, she sent me that ridiculous cease and desist. So if you want to see a recap of that, you should check it out on my channel because it is funny. I also added Nick Rekieta's response to the cease and desist at the end of it, which is very funny. He goes over it, talks about the legal basis for it, which is zero. And also he tells some really funny things, jokes and things about her that are fun. So, but that is not how it happened. It did not happen that I was talking about this woman all the time and then she contacted me. No, 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 no. No, that's not how it happened.
Well, she had already, on top of that, she had already put out press releases for two of the people that were being sued. So she had put out a press release for 2L. She had put out a press release for Miltoast. But she was also, again, we find out later on, she was heavily involved in doing a lot of other things, like running her Bully Exterminator website, her Bully Exterminator YouTube. She was making like 500 million freaking AI videos out there that were just, they were next level. They were just next level. I don't think I
Totally.
could. I mean, maybe I got the wrong person when I said someone eats pain chips. Maybe they've been sharing. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it's really epic. And she had already posted all of Jeremy Hales's divorce records on her website. I mean, it was just nasty stuff. I was
Yep.
trying very hard to ignore her, and she just would not be ignored. Would not be ignored. And so that's how she finds herself in this situation. And then she goes and sues me twice and dismisses it twice. Like, no, that's not going to fly. We're going to do something about that for sure.
Yep, that's indeed, and she sued us.
Yep.
We
Twice.
yeah, yeah. So we win when she pulls us out of it. And again, we were very gracious in the first one. We were like, all
We
right,
laughed
whatever. This
about
is
it.
gonna
We
be good. Yeah.
laughed. Yeah.
But she decided that wasn't enough. She was like,
Mhm.
okay, well, I'm going to do it again. And I can do it to anyone I want to, and I can continue to do it. And, you know, that's a problem.
It's called FAFO.
Yeah, it's indeed. It's indeed it. Yes. But they're wanting more days. Again, they talked a big freaking game about how they were going to wreck us and destroy us with their, you know, right again, bam, right when those days were up, they would be collecting our money.
They
There
did
would be
indeed.
no do not pass go. Oh, check this out, by the way. I want to show you this real fast. So I was telling you about the other turtle game I had. Look how much cooler this one is. Look at this. Like they've got little arms. Look at their little turtle arms. Aren't they cool?
Oh yeah,
And
look at the pattern on their heads.
yeah,
They're
aren't they
so
awesome
cute.
looking? Yeah.
Yes.
See, they look good there.
They
And then
look
you know we got
great.
all the little colored freaking game pieces so far.
They
Hey,
look
that's
great.
good. They look nice. I like those. I like those. So this one arrived. I haven't seen one of these for sale anywhere around that looks that cool as far as design is concerned. But somebody sent it over. I was like, man, those designs look really good. Now they come with eyes, by the way, but I need some. I was thinking about getting googly eyes. You
Ooh,
know?
that would be fun.
Yeah, that way. I was looking for what? I was looking for ones that. How do I say this? I was like, which ones say methamphetamine better?
Oh no.
Yeah. Ones that look like they're really into the game. That's what I mean. You know, they're really into the game. They're hyper focused. What better hyper focused?
Maybe they have ADHD.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You know, because some of those medications they hit you like speed. Yeah, that's what I meant. That's actually what I meant. 100%. Oh my God!
Funny.
Check this out, by the way. So, you know, we had our we had our few days ago posts. Again, when bring this up, just to note, anytime that Preston posts, she likes to post under these things. So, you know, going back through, you have to. It's like a whack-a-mole. You have to find the right ones. So, this was the "We will never sell out." Lisa, Bruce, Dave, or anyone else posts. She's she apparently was still talking on these. So
God, I don't know
we didn't
why she
cover them
doesn't just-
yesterday. Yeah,
I
she
don't know why
put up.
she doesn't stop this.
No,
But wait,
it's
I
perfect.
want to read this, but I have to run and do something really quick. I'll be right
Okay.
back. Like,
All right, well,
I'll be right
start
back.
rolling.
Don't start without me. Well, I guess you could. I'll catch up. I'll be right back.
All right. No, on this though, here I'll actually read the top so people know what she's quoting under. Because again, if you go in, by the way, I see people bringing up all the. Remember, it sorts to top and newest. Newest is a catch-all. So if you're looking at 26, if you put in top, it's not going to catch every comment. So make sure you go through and sort by newest, just to say, and that way you can find everything. But again, she is commenting under, oh my God, this is a PSA or public service our message. My John and I are not, will not, he did not, have not, never will. Remember all those commas, by the way, look very, very suspect. But it looks like someone else wrote that to me. Work with the other side. The other side, by the way. We will not be handing over evidence against Lisa, Bruce, Dave, or any of the other people. It's just like what was said before that Dave was a mole working with them. Yeah, by the way, the funniest thing is there are indeed moles. It would be funny, Preston, if I showed you some of your own messages, I think it would probably blow your mind. It'd be funny, but it would give the people away. But yeah, you know, I don't think she's ever asked Who exactly? Like how do we know so many things sometimes? Things that she's like, huh? Are these guys are are they like are they like 2L? Are they too sensitive? Yeah, we're all sensitives. That's what it is, man. We totally don't have any moles out there. But anyway, I digress. Stop believing lies. It's been said for 3 years everyone's going to jail. Nobody went to jail. It's been said these things were happening. None of it happened. Actually, there was a jail time, but John
There
doesn't
was
count.
jail. Yes, there was.
John doesn't count. Oh no, and John does not count. Apparently,
Why does John not count?
I don't know. It's a good question, but
We have John's mugshot. Like it's
Mm.
not a fairy tale or anything that was made up. He went to jail for like 40 days. Didn't he?
oh my God, these people. It's been said that all these things were happening. None of it happened, and yet. So she comments under this and was noting this post is announcing to all of your fans. Your fans. I think what's really funny is she she knows we read these live, so she's like, "Oh my God, I'm going to announce we never did anything wrong."
Okay.
You only people violating anything. You are
What?
violating.
What?
Violating my family.
That sentence that I can't read that. You only people violating anything. You are violating my family. We need to put this to music.
It's
Violating.
amazing. Violating my family. You are violating God's laws.
I love how she loves to speak for God. I'm sure God's
Yeah.
like, lady, could you stop? I can speak for myself.
For real, I think of anyone being a mouthpiece for God, I'm just going to say that would not be my chosen mouthpiece.
Nope.
I'd be
Nope.
like, yeah. How about the lady in the shed over there? Because sheds get a lot of nice reception. There's a lot of tin in that thing,
Yep.
I mean, usually I'm speaking through teeth fillings, but hey, entire shed. And the Constitution of the United States. So we're violating the Constitution of the what exactly do you think we're violating in the Constitution, by the way?
Which part of it?
Yeah, what do you think we are violating in the Constitution?
By the
I
way, the
will,
Constitution restrains the government. We are not the government. I don't work for the government. I did not take an oath to uphold your Constitution, although I believe in the Constitution, but it's for my protection. It isn't for protection against me.
It's not citizen v citizen.
No. I can't violate your constitutional rights, ma'am. I'm not the government.
I think some of what they've tried to state, I think, again, this may be giving way too much credit, but I think they're whining about the protective order again, about how somehow that the protective order it's stepping on their free speech rights. Like, no, you know who stepped on your free speech rights? You did.
Yeah, you did.
That's the thing. You still have free speech fundamental rights. You just don't get to go after the person that
you harassed and stalked.
That John Boy pulled pew pews on. I mean, you guys supplied the video proof that some of this stuff with the road. When we read through the protective order, one of the things we learned with the violations is they supplied a video that actually worked to their detriment. They supplied the video that showed when Jeremy, was going down the road, you could hear them actually returning volley, and that showed 100%. They weren't just trying to clear out of the way like they said. Poor us. Oh no. They were trying to start some. So
Mhm.
you people are wrong. What? By the way, you people.
Which people are that?
Racism.
Which
That's
people
what
are
it is.
they?
That's what racism.
Is it the Mexicans again? Show us on the doll where the Mexicans hurt you.
Has Marla been talking to you?
Please stop listening to Marla.
Oh my God. She's like,
Which people are we afraid of this time? The Mexicans
she's
or
like,
the Indians?
those people. Which people, Marla?
Which ones?
Exactly. It's amazing. You are what's wrong with humanity. Boy, she for somebody that somebody that knows a lot of that love and that only wants to show consideration to their fellow personage. Isn't that amazing? You are what's wrong with humanity.
We're going to pick social media that's wrong with humanity. Can we please just all acknowledge right now that it's TikTok? Clearly, it's not YouTube. I can't tell you how many wonderful things I've learned on YouTube. I haven't learned a damn thing on TikTok except, how to terrify myself at midnight.
How are you going to pay all that money to Jeremy? I don't owe any money to anyone. Ohio said
not yet.
What?
Well, actually,
No.
yeah, you do. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. She owes
here's somebody saying that too. Look,
almost
there
$2,000.
There it is, right there. You've been found guilty
Mhm.
twice of contempt, and you owe fines. So yes, you do owe money. I guess you haven't been following anything, have you? Number one, I'm innocent, and the evidence will be provided at a court hearing that persists after that. Well, wait, I thought you said the court hearings were over. Remember, she said that the bankruptcy would end this. So how are you having more court hearings?
I don't know. I just thought of something. Thought of something. Those contempt orders, that's a real, it's a judgment. And that means if she doesn't pay, he can actually go to the sheriff and repossess something of hers of value.
Yes.
I don't, he can do that. If she has not paid that. So if she does get her truck, for instance, anything of that amount of value, they can force her to sell and pay him.
Well, unfortunately, the only thing that she owns outright. Remember, we saw her finances, and the only thing that she is declaring that she owns is property. That's it. And there's a question over again that was in the bankruptcy court. We were told, by the way, that they had filed. I've not still seen I did not look today to make sure of any. I figure somebody would have mailed it over if something had popped up docket wise, but I've not seen proof that anything has actually landed on a docket.
Well, so I did find out that there's a longer period of time that she could, not refile. It's like there's another term for it. I don't know what it is. But yeah, so far nothing.
Yeah. I mean, they do have more time. That's right. I went in to clarify how much more time they would have to file, but they specifically stated Friday. That was this wasn't supposed to be a delay tactic and all this other bullshit, according to her, blah, blah, blah. But again, I'll believe that when I see it.
Well, if she doesn't, if they end up just dropping the whole thing, really, Lynette, where did that money go? $6,000 could have bought you the RV you wanted. $6,000 could have gotten you a temporary shelter or whatever. I mean, or a permanent one. Actually, you could get one on Amazon that they put together. You order it, and it's like a trailer or whatever. But why do you keep throwing this money down the drain? I don't understand it. What did you get out of this bankruptcy filing that you didn't even go through with?
Even if you did go through with it, what do you think you get out of it? You delay at best. And with people, here's a question too. Like all the people that are attacked, including her quote unquote legal team, because Bruce is still associated there. They have been talking about it live, saying that this is illegitimate, that this is a delay tactic. Do you think that plays well in a court? Because I damn well would be making sure that a lawyer associated with them, if they're going to brag about how they put this thing together? Their fucking name is on the collection where they picked up the money. They paid this person for some reason 3 times the normal amount what they pick up. And they talk about how this all is a delay tactic. And then we see them dragging ass out there. Can you do that in a court of law? Yeah. But you know what? When you start trying to unnecessarily impose costs on other people, well, that's where you get yourself into trouble. And they didn't come up with a tactic where we're not guessing at this tactic, by the way. We're not like, maybe that's the thing. No, they've been bragging about it. So it blows my mind there. But she's admitted, hey, there's going to be more. And number 2, pay attention. Pay attention to what happens. And you'll realize that your question's really stupid. Yeah, like other people have been noting. Contempt of court. You definitely were there. Let's see what other goodies are around here. Come on, open. There we go. There was an opportunity to get what was donated to you and your precious girl. It's not about the other side. It's about a roof over your head. So sad. They must have something horrible on you. As a parent, I would fight for your girl to have a bedroom and a bathroom. God bless you. So she's like, there's nothing to fight about. Okay, so money-wise, again, there's nothing to fight about. The 18, that tells me that this woman here, they have something on her. They do. Straight up. There is no way she wouldn't come off of $100 on tens of thousands of dollars there. It's beating a dead horse. So stop already. Nobody's got anything horrible on me. Okay. Again, she will not give a clear, defined answer on why she would let $18,000, her amount. Again, I say there's a lot more, but her amount, why she would let that go. There's never an answer there. I'm a good mother. I love my child with all my heart. It's all you. It's all of you, Deborah. It's you. When you're talking about, hey, you'd be able to afford, like, no, that's you. You're a damager. You're doing it. You're taking away her childhood and her joy by everything you're doing to us. If your child, by the way, your child, how does your child know about court hearings? In fact, how would your child know about CPS or anything else if all of those are true? Because we've seen where they won't enter the property or premises. So they're trying to say that, don't you understand that you get, it's the stress, fear, panic, anxiety. That's what's been, she's here online fighting with people, but hey, okay.
Yeah, she's the one who's exposing her child to it. Unless her, she's showing her kid YouTube videos, which she shouldn't be doing. Certainly my channel is not kid friendly. And if she's doing that, then that's her fault. That's abusive. She should not be showing her child anything that causes her stress and anxiety. You keep that to yourself as a parent. I don't tell my 10-year-old, even my 10-year-old, I don't tell about any of this garbage. None of it.
This has there's no positive in it.
His mom is a YouTuber. He doesn't watch my channel. He thinks it's cool that I'm online, but he has no idea what I talk about. None.
My kids know I cover crazy cases. That's what I tell them. And a lot of the stuff is, I tell them it's way above, something they should be listening to. It's too provocative. It's too adult. So
yep.
Don't listen.
My two teenagers, obviously they know, and one of them is a big true crime fan. So she occasionally watches a few things that I do, but she hasn't followed this case. She followed the Laura Owens case. That was fun for her. But yeah, once they become teenagers, obviously. But a 5-year-old, for God's sake.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I can't even imagine.
Hell?
I mean, you hear like I have a 6-year-old. You hear my 6-year-old running around. Does she sound like she would understand this in any way, shape, or form? And even with anything like all the crazy and people that point and do all this nut stuff online, it doesn't phase her because I don't let her know about it. You know, because it's
Mm-hmm.
not something you should
And that's
ever.
your job as a parent, is to keep them from things that will cause them unnecessary stress and anxiety.
Yeah, if you're telling, well, then again, we heard them talking about Travis as if he was the boogeyman across the way, and they were saying that the child was afraid of him and the pictures there because she was afraid the bad man might take her. It's like, what the hell are you telling this child, dude? You know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, my kids, they hear stranger danger, but I'm not like, hey, the person across the way, they're this horrible thing. You better be afraid or else.
You know who else did the same thing is Lips. Lips told the police that her 11-year-old son is horrified and terrified by
Oh, yeah.
online harassment, etc. And it's like, okay, you're either lying or you're a really bad parent for letting your kids see any of this. And also, I do have concerns about, I think Lips and Lynette are very similar in a way, where these people appear to be online at all hours of the day when they have children to take care of. Who is watching these children while they are online all day long, streaming, commenting, causing a big problem? Like, Lynette appears to just be posting all day long. When is she doing the homeschool? When is she doing? I know you guys know I'm pretty much gone all day until we stream for 2 hours at night. And I'm gone all day because I'm doing mothering. That is my job. I'm a mother. I'm cruise director in the summer, and I'm taking them to the fun places, and we're making lunch, and we're doing things. My videos lately, I do the night before, and I post, I schedule them. I'm not online all day. I don't know how you could be when you have little kids.
It can't be. I mean, it just doesn't work that way.
Well, it
I can
concerns
tell
me
you.
that these people appear to be online all day with little kids. I don't get it. I don't know how they're doing. And so if anybody needs to be criticized for doing something that's, damaging to children, maybe it's them.
Well, they definitely. I mean, I don't know. They love to say that the tool that the child shouldn't even be able to access is somehow doing them harm. That's
Yeah,
the.
it's
I mean, that just
ridiculous.
blows my mind. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about a 5-year-old here. Meanwhile, by the way, Lynette, if you are listening out there, I find it really gross that you've been using some other kids' horrible tragedy that happened to a family.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about yourself. Fuck you for that. Fuck you
Yeah,
for that.
that's really awful, by the way.
Yes, it
Really
is.
awful to exploit some poor family who just lost a child and to turn it into, this is why you should be nice to me. Like, what? Gross.
If people missed her post on her standing in the truth garbage, I was like, what? I won't even dignify that by pulling it up, but
No.
because it's awful. I don't
You know
wanna
what
have
concerns me too? And I'll say this, that's from one of those groups with the metabolic disorder that she claims that the child has, that we don't have evidence one way or the other if she does. The idea of someone like her being in one of those groups makes me very uneasy because of the vulnerable people in those groups.
well,
And
it's the same thing I was
if
saying about the paint
if
chips
sh
with the guardianship.
Mhm.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Exactly. It's exactly that. They look for groups of people who are vulnerable that will, they'll have their guard down, and being told that, oh, I'm in the same situation as you, right? That's how Lips got into the guardianship thing, because she told people that she was going through the same thing, etc. With being alienated from her daughter and all kinds of things. And I just feel like, on the chance that maybe not all of Lynette's stories are true about the illness or whatever, I don't know, whatever it is, On the off chance that they're not true, it makes me really uneasy that she's in these groups and now she's reposting their posts about their children and losing a child. I'm horrified by it. She has no boundaries, this woman. None.
Yeah, it blew my mind. When I saw that, I was like, oh, why? Why post that? Why do that? I mean, again,
Attention, trying to control the narrative again.
Yeah,
and
make it about
I'm a
me,
victim.
me.
I'm a victim, and how don't you dare criticize me because I'm in a situation like this, using this person's tragedy to just kind of rub off on me so that she can't be criticized.
That really pisses me off, I mean, again, you are in a lawsuit. You have become, through your own actions, a limited purpose public figure. You talk about election. You're even complaining about how
she ran for election twice.
She complains about how she should have been defaulted into office, because of recent ongoing issues that she should be in office. Now she has been posting about it too. So she continues to thrust herself into a position in office. I mean, but she's in very public litigation. So those things, they're definitely things that get discussed as well. I mean, everybody's allowed to talk about that stuff as well. We are very much allowed to talk about things that go on with it, videos that tie into it, and more. So, and she's out here.
Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh! Read this. Jeremy says, but she proves posting other people's kids online is okay. So anyone can obviously post HG if she can post other kids. This is a good point. Like, why is she doing that?
And it's the loss of a child too. It's one of the,
it's really bad.
This family is going through, and again, I don't know anything about the family, loss of a child. That's horrible.
Yeah, God bless them.
Yes. For sure.
I mean,
it's a terrible situation, prayers to them for sure. But this person rolling in like a wolf or a jackal, involved amidst the sheep is pretty awful, man. She knows who she thinks this person is, by the way, that post. She's like, you're the person from the trailer court? Because damn well. So a name, maybe I know who that is. If not, you joined the wrong side. Because
what's a trailer court?
It's the place in Otter Creek, the trailer.
Oh, the trailer park?
Yeah,
like the campground
that they had. Yeah, the campground. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I figure she's talking about, because she's talking about Madam Mayor.
Oh, Therese is such a horrible human being. She saved your husband's life. She's so terrible that she said, what? I'm going to have to agree with that. She should have let him suffer.
But I mean, at the end of the day, they've talked about their beliefs and spirituality and stuff, and they unfortunately they couldn't do that. I don't think. It's sad in its own way. I don't think they did
either.
I mean, seriously, these are awful human beings.
But in retrospect, I wish she had been busy that night and never answered the phone, because look at the thanks she's gotten for it. She's been sued. It's unbelievable. You go out of your way to save somebody's life, help someone, go there in the middle of the night or whatever. And
they called them, didn't they? From what I understood, they called them for help, and they did. They helped, and now they're the monsters. But remember, she had a lot of terrible things to say about Brett, gross things where she was trying to accuse him of certain.
You mean the things she accuses everybody of?
Yeah. Meanwhile,
weird schmexual things.
Meanwhile, John's dropping off jewelry to to the lady she blocked. That's kind of weird, isn't it?
That's a lot.
It is kind of strange. So, let's see. I have a serious question for you, LP. Why discuss any of this where the child can hear it? A good mother would shelter their child, not running around yelling stuff or even talking about strangers online. Little ears hear what you say, and they watch what you do. It's a mother's job to keep stuff, harm away from children. That's something I'll never understand. I went through a DV situation with my ex, and my children didn't know what was going on because I made sure to keep them out of it, or they kept out of it. I have a problem with what I've seen you do with HG. It's you who are quote unquote ruining her. If she is so ruined, that's your fault. Keep adult business away from children. They have no business being involved, period. She's like, can I ask you a serious question? Are you here standing next to me? So again, even though she said it's ruining her child, she's like, you don't know. Do you know where my child is when I'm talking on the phone? Yeah, we've heard it in 911 calls. You know? So we do. Like, they're right there where you're talking about popping them in the mouth, remember? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've heard it. And making these posts, I wonder, do you have me on camera all the time? Well, actually, no, I'm just fine. Well, as an update.
I think
That'd be
Lisa
amazing.
does.
Yeah, exactly. I swear. I think I'm a little smarter than that. Probably not. It's just it just is beyond me. This the things you will come up with are absolute stuff. You will come up with like calling CPS again today. Wow, wait, so you're blaming this person for calling CPS? What? Huh.
She blames everybody. And no one is
Okay.
safe. Everyone has called, apparently, according to her.
Let's see. It's been very well broadcast that John hasn't had a drink since he was falsely put in jail on trumped up BS charges. He's clean and sober, but you people will call CPS, waste their time. You, lady, you're the one who said that he was doing terrible things to a child. You, but you wouldn't call because you were afraid they would take your child away. You said it. That stuff doesn't wash away because, oh, I got clean and sober. Those are the kind of things, again, you know, alcohol, can it make you violent or whatever? Okay, all right, look, I'll go, okay, sure. Maybe you can get that out. But the other things that you were saying, that is next level. Oh my God. But we're just ignore it. Ignore it all, right? Take them away from possibly helping a child who really needs help. And you're accusing us that John's drinking alcohol. Oh wait, there was more. I was doing drugs. Well, let's see. I'm fighting to help drug addicts right now get into treatment. That's my ministry. Oh, is that why the drug addicts have been on your property?
Does anybody remember the text message from Lynette to someone in Northport asking if she had any pain meds? Because she couldn't get any at the pharmacy.
That's the ministry.
Anybody remember that?
That's the ministry. Come on.
Yeah, that's the ministry. What, looking for drugs? Drug seeking?
$20 so they can get gas money so they can drive down to the treatment facility.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh Lord, I'm helping my own child. I don't do drugs, but okay, whatever.
I love how she can say that. I don't do drugs. We literally have text messages from her.
When did they say you did drugs? When did they know that?
Yeah, did anybody actually say that?
They were like, why does your kid know anything about this? When did I do?
We don't do drugs. Methinks thou doth protest too much.
That's so bizarre, man. But okay, you know, good try. Then you say you've never been on our property, even that we had no air conditioning, we have no running water, and we have nowhere for anywhere to go to restroom. Well, we know you have buckets, and we know that you have the porta potties, and we know about that. I mean, Lord, nobody's saying you don't have a place to go to the bathroom, you know? And yeah, people are talking about you living in a shed. You yourself have been complaining about living in a shed. You know, it's amazing when people are like, Yeah, you know, it doesn't sound good. You've been living in the shit. How dare you comment on what I've been talking about? Oh, shit.
God.
Oh, my God. When were you on my property? When we all got a good laugh at that one, all of us. And again, we dropped the UA. And again, we passed. Well, what the fuck is this?
Understand her writing. I feel like I'm getting dumber the more you read this.
We all got a good laugh at that one, all of us. And again, we dropped the UA, a urinary. Are they talking about urine analysis? Is she saying we sit around? Is she
What?
saying we sit around with CPS and had a good laugh at people calling? Is that what you're trying to say?
I have no idea what she's trying to say. I can't decipher this. I need a Rosetta Stone for stupid.
I told you, you gotta set that stuff up, man. If it can transfer, you know, if it can do hieroglyphs, you know, from nothing, maybe in 2,000 years we can translate this shit too.
What's that app that teaches you foreign languages? My kids have it. You know, you're supposed to be able to learn Italian or
There is a
Spanish.
Rosetta, like, you know.
There's another one. There's a real popular one with the kids. I feel like we need to have Lynette set up her own language so we can all learn how to speak it, because I'm fucking confused. Like this Duolingo. Yes, Duolingo. We need a Duolingo interpretive lessons for LMNOP speech.
Let's see. Dear ChatGPT, can you translate?
Yes.
Yes.
This is a great idea. We may have to run all of her writing through AI, and then AI can tell us what she means.
Okay, so here's what it says. It says, quote, "Listen up, Internet FBI. No, I don't have a camera strapped to my face, and no, Karen from nowhere, you don't have GPS on my child. This wild stuff y'all invent blows my mind, like calling CPS today, really over nothing. Meanwhile, John's been sober since forever, but sure, let's tell people he's out there doing keg stands in the yard." Oh, and apparently I'm on drugs too. Cool story, Nancy Drew. I'm literally running a ministry that helps addicts get into treatment. But yeah, I'm totally doing lines off my Bible in my spare time.
Oh my God, Lynette, you need to run your stuff through AI first and then
Jesus.
post what AI says.
God,
it's
this
so
would have
much
been better.
funnier.
Then there's the, hey, don't have air conditioner or running water room, or when exactly you're on my property. Was it during the ghost tour? We laughed so hard at that one, we almost passed out in our fully air conditioned home with indoor plumbing in our tin roof, by the way. What?
Oh my God.
And as usual, we dropped the UA and we passed. Shocker. And here's the thing, my little gossip goblins. They need to do that through there. That would be hilarious. I was like, I don't understand. Some of this is so bizarre. I like how it
I like
always
gossip
ends
goblins. That's funny.
I hope God punishes you and spanks you in the best
And
possible way.
Spank you? Spank you.
Thank you very much.
Ditto. Jinx.
And this person is like, yo, where did I say anything about that? Please show me where I said anything about drugs or alcohol. You go off on these tangents that don't have anything to do with that, you know? And she was like, I'm simply adding that the fans just for a called CPS on us for no damn reason, lied through their teeth, and you guys think it's okay. That's what we're talking about. I didn't go off on a tangent.
Who said false calls to CPS are okay? Nobody's ever said that. It's just ridiculous. She's arguing with the voices in her head, not the ones on YouTube, because none of them are saying any of this.
She's like, I don't go off on tangents. Like,
yeah.
I just argue with this person here like over and over.
Okay, Ruby.
Oh my God. Then of course she brings up that kid here, you know, look, she even brings it up over here. I mean, yeah, somehow that works into into everything. Again, I don't even want to like give her a read for that. That's gross. It just pisses me off like to a level.
Yeah,
What is
and
this?
her calling that the child's mother a friend really it triggers me also because we've all seen how Lynette treats her so-called friends, from Jamie Johnson to Shara Wolf.
Yeah.
You know, does this woman have friends? It seems to me that LMNOP brings people into her life to use them for something specific in order for her to get ahead of whatever and gain things that she needs. It does not appear to me that LMNOP has true friendships where she gives of herself to others for their betterment. It always feels like a very one-sided relationship. What can I get
Yes.
from this? Can I get a trailer from her? Can I get free labor from this person? Can I get a tree removed off my property? Can I get some friggin' free tablets? Can I get some, what can I get out of it is how she approaches friendship. So when I hear LMNOP say a friend of mine, I feel horrifically bad for that person she's talking about.
Indeed. Indeed. Now, there was the one other thing you and I never had a chance to talk about. This happened.
Ooh, I know, teacher, I know. Is it the website?
Yes, that is the thing. That was my lead topic today, actually. That was this statement here that I thought, man, you and I should talk about this because this, admittedly, now, again, for people who don't know for some reason, maybe you don't. I have no idea. The website these people created, they had a little problem with. They had a problem with the fact that it named them as PR. In fact, the whole thing is archived. If you're so inclined, let me pull this up here. If you're so inclined, you can actually pull this up without the redactions, and you can see how this was put together. But for me, I redact it. Again, you can go over to Internet Archive. You just type in archive.fo. When you look for what site, you can look up www.saveharleygrace.com, and you can see what they were planning on going forward with, because it's this shill site. It's essentially all these descriptions with pictures of the kid over and over again, and shilling. They have the kid. Oh, here's another GoFundMe. Here, give to us. Here, mail the kid
And by the
straight up.
way, there are tons of photographs of the child.
Yeah, every
The
one of
child
those.
they claim is being stalked and harassed and exploited. They are putting pictures of her unredacted face all over the internet.
Yeah, it's it's in the archive. They tried to say that this was not live, by the way. We would not be able to capture pictures of it and
Right.
archive it. You can't archive a site that isn't live. It's not possible. But for everything, like if they had this right here, it would have a picture of the kid, and they have them all over this thing. But at the end, the reason they removed it wasn't because of pictures of the kid. It was because of this picture right here. Because on the right, they were stupid enough to admit that they were PR. This was their website. Okay, so they got really butthurt about the fact that all of this has been called out. So they decided that, and they admit to this, by the way, that they would put this up. Now, I'm going to read this. This is a lot of people are this is the kind of stuff you get sued over right here. This kind of bullshit, especially tagging it to your name and admitting it in live stream that you did it. So, quote, because of the ongoing stalking and concerns that anything posted would be misused, the site was taken down November the 19th, 2024, before it was broadcast publicly. So that's garbage. Like I said, it has to be public or we couldn't archive. We couldn't see it at all. How would that work? But per recommendation by authorities. Who are the authorities, by the way? Did you make those up in your brain? Oh, wait.
Well, they keep saying that they've taken all of this to authorities, the police, the sheriff, or FBI. Yeah, okay. Well, I I mean, maybe the recommendation by them was like, hey, if you don't want this child talked about, maybe you should take down all the pictures you put of her up online. Maybe
I don't
that
know.
was
I
the
mean, like I
recommendation.
said, we need to see whatever we can FOIA. We need to find out if there's
Mhm.
anything we can FOIA coming from certain people and their locations, for contacting law enforcement, because it would be nice to know what kind of bullshit they've been trying to spread, you know?
Mhm.
But this is a notice explaining the removal of a website that was originally created to raise awareness about alleged harassment. Alleged, huh? So you're saying that, again, you took down because of something you're not alleging, but you're saying that, well, these were only allegations, because, of course, you have to watch the language. Although that would have been the smart thing, would have been to use alleged before you got sued. You know what I mean? That
Mhm.
would have been the smart thing. But directed at a 5-year-old and her family. The notice names YouTuber the notice. So this is the notice, by the way. The way this reads, they try to make it read like there's some kind of extra document, but no, this is just a description that they put out where you find it. When I search the website, by the way, this is what I find. Okay. It's
Mhm.
not on the website itself. You just search it on Google and that's what you'll find. But the notice names, Jeremy Hales, they make sure, whole name. George, whole name. In fact, they turned George to a G so you
Mhm.
would hit the whole name. They want that to happen. And their channel, What the Hales, as a primary individuals accused of this harassment. According to the notice, they used their YouTube channel and Facebook group to incite their Facebook group.
According to the notice, you mean according to this thing
to
I'm
you.
writing right now?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
And they admit that they wrote, by the way. They absolutely admit they wrote this. So we have definitive proof of that too. To incite
Ugh.
hate, spread false information, and encourage others to harass, defame, and abuse the child and her family,
What?
both verbally and mentally. Yeah,
That is
abuse a child.
ridiculous. That
Mhm.
is absolutely insane.
No,
And
what this is more proof that these people who say they
that
have
they're
never made
defamers?
statements. No, that they say they've never made statements calling Jeremy Hales a child abuser or a predator or any of that. And yet
Mhm.
here it is. I mean, it's clear as day. And they're going to admit to doing this too. So, again, I'll pull that up as well while we're talking. So it also alleges that they have contacted government authorities with false claims in an attempt to have the child removed from her family while publicly claiming they want to adopt her. When have they publicly done any of these things? When are they publicly
Honestly, I don't know. Is it possible that, like, way long time ago when they were seeing when this first happening, that they said something like, maybe we'd take care of her. Somebody's got to take care of her. Maybe. I mean, but they've never
Show
been
the
like,
proof.
I've never heard them say they wanted to adopt her. Is that
Show the
something
proof.
they have? Is that a
I'd love to
thing?
see it. Show it. Show the fucking proof, man. But here we go. Others too. The notice further states that other channels like Veteran Nation, That Umbrella Guy, Megan Fox, Mr. Coop, Just J Hip, and others also participated in the harm of the child.
Excuse me, what now?
Yeah. This kind of stuff, like I said, this is the kind of stuff that gets a dumbass sued.
Bullshit.
I mean, this is the kind of stuff that right here, this kind of stuff will get you jacked up. And it's pretty cut and dry.
By the way, let me just say right now, that is a statement of fact.
It
That
is.
we participated in the harm of a child for profit and online content. Where is the evidence of this? Oh, Jeremy says, he's in the chat. He said, no, we said we'd adopt her if needed to save her. See, I knew it would be something like that. Like if there was nowhere for her to go, you'd be like, well, okay, we'll help her. Right. He's not out there being like, we want to adopt this child.
Child adoption is bad. Is that what you're telling me? It's like, wait a minute. What's the message again? I'm confused.
Yeah, see, that's what I figured. I figured like it was in an emergency situation, like not. I can imagine them saying something like that because they're nice people who would never want to see a child, suffer. So yeah, of course they would
I'm
offer
going to
their
say,
home or something if it was needed.
who profited off of this kid? Who has made tens of thousands to $100,000 or more and has not turned it over while a child has been
I
reduced to
know.
living in a
Oh,
shed?
Mr. Carter, I know. Oh,
Who is it then? Let's see.
the anti What the Hales media ecosystem, sir.
Oh man, where's my gold star? Where's my freaking gold star? Man,
Teacher's pet.
I'm telling you, boom, dropping that bomb dough. That's awesome. This is a crazy thing to post. I mean, this is fucking nuts, dude. These people. Because of ongoing stalking concerns that anything posted would be misused, the site was taken down November 19th, 2024. That's when we found out that, again, she had posted the freaking PR stuff, and it publicly shamed and embarrassed this clown because this is her site, Before it was, again,
Well, wait,
broadcast.
how do you take down a site that wasn't
It
published?
was exactly. How do you not publish? That's so classic.
Yeah. How do you take it down? If it wasn't published, you shouldn't have had to take it down. It would have not been up, right?
What an idiot. Oh God, what an idiot. I love it. I love the fact that, like, wait a minute. The August 2025 update clarifies when the site was taken down and confirms that the owners removed it due to ambiguous content. Ambiguous content?
What does that mean?
I have no idea. So check this out.
Ask ChatGPT what it thinks ambiguous content means.
Well, when that pulled up, I was like, wait a minute. What is that? What the hell is that supposed to add in all this? So I went back. I heard that they had addressed this in their stream. So I got me some transcript, just to make sure that I was hearing all of this stuff right. And this is ranty, talking about Shara, going after Shara because she was discussing the John Cook stream. It's like, oh, what a shit show, basically. And you can see them discussing it through here, all of this, and they get up to, again, here's the parting question. So she's showing something where one said, it was literally just a spacer, on this website, because the website was never published. It was never promoted, nothing. Okay, and it was on saveharleygrace.com, and she's showing this thing, right? But what I'm going to show you here is that this saveharleygrace.com, it has nothing on there, nothing. It's just a blank screen. But watch, boom. This notice was updated last week because Jeremy read a notice that was on there. This is what they're talking about. Made it seem like it was, we were exploiting a 5-year-old child that authorities took down from us. No, you dumbass. You are exploiting. So look, they make this statement like straight up. So I went back in. This is her talking. I went back in and I redid it. So she posted that 100%, no denial. She
and also, can I ask why do you think that she did it so that you can't see the notice when you go there? It looks like a blank page unless you take your cursor and highlight it, like they're doing some kind of magic disappearing ink shit. Why would she do it that way? Why are you hiding the notice that you claim is so, you're so proud of? Why are you doing like a disappearing ink trick with it?
What's wild is, again, if you search this, the way this comes up, if for some reason if anybody doesn't understand what I'm talking about, when you search the website, not when you go on the website, but when you search the website, you're going to get hits on it, right? You're going to get an automatic hit. It is the first thing that comes up if you look at it. But yeah, like you're saying, it cuts part of it off unless you go further on it. You can see the website, it's going to blank out, but it has this notice that, again, you can see cuts off, and people will go in and look and, find out more on it. But
if you
that's
click on it, what happens when you click on it now? Is it just a blank page?
Yeah, it's a blank page. But it's got
so can you pull it up?
What, the blank page?
Uh-huh.
Sure. Give me a second. Let me make
pull
sure.
Pull it up because then if you highlight it, then the notice shows up. And I'm just trying to understand why they did it that way.
Because they're trying to hide it. Because see, it shows it. Yeah.
Look, see, it's blank.
They're trying to hide it in there. Yeah.
Unless you highlight it. How stupid is this? But yet you're not really trying to hide it because you just publicly broadcasted it, showed everybody this. So why do it like this? What is
this?
The
Is
point?
good because this is going to end up in your fucking lawsuit, and it allows people to talk about a lot of stuff that you probably don't want brought in. You think you do until you do.
You better start gathering your evidence for all of these factual claims you've made about all of us. Better have those receipts about all that harm to the child you claim.
Actually, again, who is bouncing this kid off their knee and putting their image online? Who was it that Preston said made merchandise of their child illegally?
No. I know.
Let me see if there's anyone in the class.
Oh, no, over here. I know. It's Fleesa.
It's amazing, going back, and that's still up there, by the way. I mean, if we're, if I want to add this, since we're talking about it, I'm going to point to that. I'm going to pull it up here. So on YouTube statements, you can see it right here. 2 weeks ago, you have Preston say, "Boy, was I stupid. I'm shocked beyond measure." She said she did not have any t-shirts or merch with Harley's name on it. I guess our stalker isn't the only one who got the money bug. I tried the link and it worked. Debunked. She's been watching a lot of Jeremy. I love that. Debunked. She's like, my stalker, by the way. I'm going to use what he says. I guess my child has become everyone's prey. So she's saying that you are abusing the child, Lisa. She's calling you the abuser. She's saying that you are predatory. So welcome to the fucking club of all the people that get blamed. But she's 100% saying that this stuff was not signed off on. All these freaking, all these hits and stuff with coasters and everything. I mean, look at all the merchandising on someone else's kid, by the way. I mean, holy God, dude.
And she claims that she didn't sell any of it. It's like, you made all of that crap and didn't sell any?
Look at them thumbnailing out the kid. Look at this.
Thumbnail.
Yeah, they thumbnailed out the child. Not their kid, by the way.
They made an entire new YouTube channel named after her.
Yeah, I mean.
And they continue to say that they're going to do this Christmas thing for her every year. And it's like,
no matter what.
You don't have permission from her.
Yeah, they said they would do
mother.
It anyway. It's so crazy. I mean,
that's so crazy. It's like, what are you talking about? Now who's stalking a child?
Yeah.
Why the heck? If somebody on YouTube did that to my child and I said don't, we'd be in court. Let me tell you.
Well, again, we go back to why doesn't Preston go to the authorities about this person where it's 100% non-disputed. If by the way, if 2L had proof that she had permission, she would show it. But she didn't. You notice she did not show proof.
There's some reason LMNOP doesn't want to go to the cops about this. And I think maybe they're both guilty of something. I don't know what.
Yep. I get the feeling for that. It's wild to see. So you see her say, I went in, I redid that, and then she reads it. So this is 100% her doing it. And by the way, I took the clip too, just to make sure that we had that. But yeah, Amit's trying to talk shit about Shara. She admits some pretty stupid things to fucking admit to, especially when, again, you're in litigation. You're being, there are claims against you saying that you're trying to harm somebody's business and more. And that really does look like some harm, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah,
What
it does.
What an absolute freaking trash can fire. I swear. Oh, I'm going to read some super chats. You sticking?
That is
I'm not gonna
good
go that long
timing
today.
because
Yeah.
my neck is really stiff. So I am going to go and put a heating pad on it because I'm old.
That's cool. All right. Well, I'll catch you tomorrow.
And did we decide tomorrow if we're going to go earlier or if I'm going to
yeah, let's aim for it. And then, I mean, I think we'll be good to go with it.
All right, cool. So folks, tomorrow night there will not be a regular 8:00 show because I have plans with the fam in the evening. So Tug and I are going to go earlier in the afternoon. So just stay tuned on my channel for notifications at what time that will be. But my normal live stream is just going to be quite a bit earlier tomorrow. So I will put it out on Locals. I will put it out on Twitter and obviously on YouTube when we get a time set. I think we said, what did I say? 3 p.m., 4 p.m.
Time, your 3
2 your time, 3 my time. Yeah,
right.
That should work. So like around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when tomorrow's stream will be. So I'll see you then. Bye, Tug.
All right. Have fun. See ya. Yeah, go a little bit earlier there. Again, that should be easy to adjust to. It'll be a earlier time too. So people out there that you're like, man, I need sleep. Well, maybe you can get some sleep that day. So let's get in here. You know, like I said, it's been a shorter stream. Today has been wild. So I did after all the crazy that happened over the weekend, I took the girls today out. I took them to Five Below and all that. It was it was good. It wasn't cheap, but it was a good run. You know, they needed it too. So they had a lot of fun. I took them we have a guy, one of our best rated places to eat around here. We have a hot dog vendor, which is a small town. So it's not like going to a giant town and finding a random guy. This guy comes out every year. My God, he's good. And they love him. So we're going over there. We picked it up. It was a good day. But Christine, thanks for the 5 there. Towards the Turtle Town. Yes, next to Tube Town, baby. Indeed. Indeed. I've enjoyed the Turtle Town, by the way. It's been fun. People are sending things over. I think there's a couple more like regular size toilets. I think that are coming. I don't know if we've got any marble countertop coming yet, but that is something too that we definitely need to get there. So I don't know, like I said, if we've gotten that yet. Maybe we need a little shed too. So if you want to be the person behind those, let me know. Max Lab, drop that super chat there. Thank you, Max Lab. Much appreciated. Much appreciate you too, my friend. Thank you, brother. Fallen Hero, thank you for the gifted membership. Appreciate that, my friend. Appreciate you. Good to see you. Tiffany became a member. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. Thank you, Tiffany. That's awesome. I love it. I love that. Thank you. Rhea Ra, thanks for the 2. DM'd you on X. Yes, some of those were very good. By the way, the shorts, if you don't recognize the thing, I don't know if you've ever Tiger King'd it up, baby. But maybe that'll make it make sense. What's up, Corporal Savagery? Man, it has been a minute. It is good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, hey, brother. It's a long time since I've seen you. Having a beer or several with some bikers and thought I'd say hi. Hope you're doing well. God bless your family. Hope to see you at Montsuri again. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's been a minute, dude. You know, Montsuri seems like so long. I guess it was, you know, that was the year my youngest child was born. Now we're rolling in. She's on 6 years. So it has been a minute, man. When I think about how long the channel's been going and everything there, it's amazing. I've been blessed, fortunate to meet some great people along the way, including yourself. Props to you, brother. Sailor Dark Jupiter, thanks for the 2. So professional with the Pearl Purgatory. I know indeed. It's beautiful, isn't it? It is beautiful. It's amazing what you can do. Again, the Shale Corporation. I love that idea. I still need, as far as everything, I think I need to get my blessing box out in the front. If, like I said, we need a few of these items here and there that we have not come up with yet. We want to make an accurate retelling of everything that you need in order to be a functional turtle salve. Let's see here. Check this out. There's the logo there. That's funny. That's great. I love that. The Shell Corporation. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh man, look at that. That's perfect. Yeah, I mean, we need to get Turtle Worker out there to get some donations. Is that what we're missing? Is that what we need to do? Huh. That's a good idea. The Spin Doctor, thanks for that. Oh no, handwriting samples prove Tug wrote the songs. Oh no, you got me. Dun dun dun. That's hilarious. Yep, you got me there, didn't you? Jack's mom dropped a gifto there. Hey, thank you, by the way, Jack's mom. By the way, mailing wise, all of that's set today. So appreciate you too. Bunsen, but it's a rockin' stone. Thank you for the 5 there. Banner fundraiser, baby. That's right. We need, like I said, if you want to save the turtles, that's what we need going on. Actually, it's crazy for real. I have taken, so I've gotten 5 of those land pieces to try to. I was thinking, like, how many things are going to have to go into this to make it fun and make it funny. 5. It needs to be 4 setting out and an extra. Plus, somebody sent again that board with the texture. I like that. The first one that was picked up again, Lady Tammy. It's very well appreciated. That is the centerpiece of these. So, but I think it's a fun project. I think everybody's having fun with it too. People keep sending items for it again. We've ended up with 2 outhouses, and I remember at one time, they were talking about they actually had not 1 but 2 outhouses. So I thought, yeah, I'll put them both in there. The toilet that was funny. We were over at 5 Below, and the little one was like, they had a candy toilet. And I was like, oh my God, that would go in my stuff. But my kids, they were like, every time we see anything turtle related, they're like, Dad, don't look at that. That'll go into your turtle addiction that you've been building. Oh, it's so funny. Channel Meme. What's up, Channel Meme News? Thanks for the do there for barnacles and fungi for authenticity. Indeed, I do need some more fungi. I do. That's what's happening to the one turtle, by the way. Like, if you haven't noticed, this one, give me a second here. I want to show you just so you really understand here. This turtle right here, let's see. Here it is. This turtle right here, it got sick from the black mold. So it's taking a breather outside of its shell. They do that sometimes. It'll get back in later, That snake is shy, by the way, so it's trying to crawl away. Oh, look at that. Isn't it beautiful, though? I left my marker in there. I left my, that's my extra concrete. It's from the original. Look at that. Look at how good of a job we did. Just like the original. Isn't that amazing? You gotta love it, right? Oh my God. Re-arrive. Thanks for the 5 there. You're going to need to get another 2 games at least, or maybe more. Oh, there's so many. Well, if I need more, I will figure it out. The only problem is, I'm like, where will I put them? I don't have right now. Like I said, I've got one of those rolling things, where it's a 5-drawer roller, and I'm using the entire top of it. I cleared it up, so there was nothing on top of it where I could stretch that out. That was funny. Lily, thanks for the 5 there. Lips graduated law school during the time she only had to learn. Well, she what's bad though, okay, with her law degree, you should know the basics, the fundamentals that keep you from really making it a disaster of everything that you touch. And unfortunately, like when you look at everything that's been coming up, I mean, we have oceans of filings. Like I said, we're going to dedicate some time to going through some of these lawsuits, and they are wild. I mean, they are wild. But it is interesting. Again, they said that we were going to owe this insanity, this amount of money. They said it burst $180-something thousand, and then, it jumps up to $300-something thousand. And they said that was based on them working every single day, going through every video, doing this, doing that. But now they can't even file a piece of paperwork. So those two things don't align. If you're not able to even answer the filing, then how have you been spending any time working on any of it whatsoever? It's so ridiculous. And it's a big deal too. Again, we're saying that she is a vexatious litigant, and they are doing everything to slow the roll on that while they're trying to go and handle these other cases that they have going on. It's nuts. But yeah, Point Dexter, thanks for the 10. Move over, Tiger King. We have Tug the Turtle Titan. Be the Turtle King, baby. I'm going to get those. I'm going to be riding around on one. I already have oh my God, I have a Tug on the Iron Throne. I need to put him over here with this. He could oversee it from the Iron Throne from Game of Thrones. That's amazing, Minister Tug on the Iron Throne. Shifter Brains, thanks for the 2. Need to make turtle shells look sickly. Yeah, I was playing with that. I was trying to see what I could do to the turtle shell. Like I said, that one, I was playing with the coloration on it just to see what would take. And I think black spotting them and graying on the green works, but I'm not sure what'll work on the shells yet. Oh, that's funny. So yeah, there's the name. It's a smell thing. That should be logo. That's funny. I do like the Shell Corporation because again, a Shell Corporation is a fraud or a scam, so it's perfect. I think it's a perfect name, calling it the Shell Corporation. What's up, Corporal Savagery? Again, thank you for the extra 20 there. 501c3s don't cost that much. My law enforcement motorcycle club is a charity. We don't take a dime. It doesn't go to bills or charitable causes. Give me a few. Talk to some folks. I'll get back. All right. Let me know. Again, it is not, to be clear, I will not raise money for anything legit. It is a joke. It is a laugh track for a case that we're covering, but it would be really funny to add to. Man, by the way, Corporal Savagery, if you are popping back in to check out YouTube Crazy, this is probably the craziest thing you have ever seen, man. This case has it all. It is, oh my God, it is nuts beyond compare. It'll take a hot minute to figure out what's going on, because we were talking about something that stretches over multiple cases that have been filed. Oh, but once you know about it, it's addictive. So if you're popping back in, this would be the moment. So 3-finger clap. Thanks for the 5, man. Can anti-Hales be charged with Foreign Agents Registration Act violations with only money? Probably not. Probably not. You are allowed. He is allowed to back people for. Well, first of all, let's talk about what he's done so far. He has given money for charitable causes. Now, I don't know every statement. Like here, there are a few things where he talked about interference with business, going after Hales for this or that. Could that cause a problem? I don't know. I don't know. That would be an interesting discussion, depending on what was thrown in there. But now, for money for backing like lawyers and stuff, typically that's not a problem. But with all of this mess, I don't know. Everybody's allowed to fundraise and get money. Now, if they did something like, again, like you say, let's just hypothetical. If there was money given for Preston paying off all of the fees that she racked up in Ohio, that'd be a problem. That would definitely cause an issue there. But given to what's his fucking face, Robbie, like that's I don't think that would be an issue. If he wants to, again, there's been talk of, they've been talking the big game about Dave, and in that parasocial relationship. Man, again, okay, they got their parasocial relationship. I guess they're really happy about that one, because otherwise they would be high and dry. It's amazing. It's amazing they linked into this dude. Very, like I said, a parasocial relationship. And they're like, he's going to, you want proof of a parasocial relationship? If he really does come off of the types of money that they've been talking about, if they did, that is 100% proof of fucking parasocial relationship. Because this dude, again, he's been convinced that these people are his friends. And he wants to drop the mega bucks on them. And it's exploitive is what it is. And again, it's your money. Damn, idiots and their money, dude. So, and again, it comes with baggage. The problem with only me and his money, it comes with baggage. That's my problem with it. It comes with strings. It'll come with lifelong strings. You saw that too. Then again, I think that's funny, because all these people wanted to accept. They fell all over themselves trying to get to it. And then they it's amazing as well. They blame him for the banners and all of this other stuff. And they're like, oh, he wouldn't let us. No, you let him have that power over you. If you let him have that power over you, is he really responsible for that? Or are you responsible for that? So, I noticed, by the way, we haven't heard anything about them still posting banners. A lot of talk about that, right? I'm my favorites. Thanks for the 5. Money to feed them turtles. Man, those turtles, they are hungry. Yeah, the plastic turtles get hungry, man. They need it. Oh, check that out. Zay, thanks for the F there. For scented trash bag or scented trash tarps, the trash bags, the scented tarps. I could put a scented tarp over the top of that part. That would be funny. Cut it out of a scented trash bag. For the fence. Helps with privacy and the smell for the neighbors. Yeah. Some people didn't get when I first said so. Oh, let me show you too. I found this perfect thing. Would you like to see this as well? I saw something that I posted this over on ye old Facebook. Give me a second here. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to show you this here. So I actually found the perfect fence banner. I think LMNOP should adopt, by the way. Check this out here. Look at that. 5-star would poop here again. Now, some people didn't catch the reference there. So, again, that is not talking about utilizing the facilities. That's talking about pooping in the fence posts. I mean, again, 10 out of 10 neighbors apparently would agree. That's according to Lynette Preston. Those neighbors love to poop in their fence posts. So maybe they need that for a banner. I think that's what they should put up. Everybody feels accommodating. That would tell everybody, the 501c3, it definitely is accepting charitable donations. All you gotta do is pop up something. Oh my God. Maybe not the donation most of us would want. Hey, Rosalind dropped 10 giftos. Thank you, Rosalind, man. Appreciate that for show. Rosalind been doing some good research too. There's so much crazy in these cases, man. These people, yeah, if they were to not do anything stupid, which that would be amazing, but if they were to stop doing any stupid whatsoever, and every court document just suddenly dried up, we would still have enough stuff to cover for probably 2 more months to catch everything up with all the Fed stuff. To also, again, like I said, I want to go over the Ohio hearing again. The protective order, they keep bringing it up, and I really do think we need to review that audio for the protective stuff one more time, just because it's so relevant now. They keep talking about protective orders. They keep saying that the judge was somehow unfair to them and this and that. I mean, I think that's very relevant, and I really want to go in. I want to look at the depot all the way through again. And one other thing, we need to hit all that. We still never finished at the Shara depot. We need to finish all that as well. God, there's so much. And then all the lips filings. I mean, my God, like I said, 2 months there, right there for sure. Rosalind, thank you for all your help. You and, I mean, you Rogue Mama, putting together timelines and stuff. There are so many of you that helped out with stuff. That's amazing. It's much appreciated. Jack's mom, thanks for the 2. Normal moms put their child before feuding. Indeed, I have never in my life with my kids introduced them to the crazy that goes on, And they talk about CPS. Again, I've made it very well known. We've received fake CPS calls. It was funny when that happened at one time. These weirdos, they wanted proof. Like, I would not post everything, but I posted certain documents. Like, I posted one where they ask you about your kid and being Native American. Again, my great grandmother was Native American, and when they ask, I was like, well, I don't know, like, where do you classify? Like, how do they do that? And they're classifying. Do they have authority to do anything? So they give you a form to fill out on that. I posted that form. They were like, it's just a form you found online. It's like, what a bunch of morons, man. Yeah. I found it in my freaking living room with the freaking CPS person that came. I've had to do that dance a few times, and it sucks. It's a shit thing for people to do. And I didn't make any statements about how somebody was doing certain things to my kids, and I didn't want to tell, like that person did, So LP, the fuck. But the other thing I did is I let my lawyers handle everything there. And there's only been one time that they've actually had a conference with the kids. And they have no idea what that's about. They don't know that was some kind of horrific intrusion there, because I don't freak my children out about shit. Even when the worst comes to the worst, I don't let my child know what was happening with that. Even when people were trying to take aim at them. These people, man, And then they took somebody else's. The grossest thing, again, they took another person's kid that had lost their life. It's come to illness. And they were posting it for their benefit. And that's so gross, man. Melissa, thanks for 2 months there. CBS cannot tell anyone who called or how many people have called. Yeah, you know, what really bothers me about that statement, though, again, the way Lynette was addressing certain people, I think CPS told her when someone called. I think they did. And if that happened, again, I never going to follow up with that person that was pointed at, but I believe one person did call for real. And I think CPS said who it was. I think they told her. And you're 100% right, Melissa. They're not supposed to tell anything like that. It's supposed to be an anonymous reporting system. And I'm not saying that's a fair system either. You know, it's hard as hell to find out who does it. But she made it sound like they did. And I think she screwed up in saying that. John Lyle, thanks for the tune there. I want to donate a small urn. Oh my God, that would be amazing. Yes. I would like a tiny, tiny little vase, you know, that has let's just say it has ash in it, you know. Yeah, that would be something, because that's really, you know, the worst thing I've ever heard is that. I've heard some pretty horrible stories, but that fucking story sticks with me. Because, I mean, think about it. What they're telling me is, according to Lynette Preston, that Cook was, let's just say, horrific to an ex, to the point that she finally got away, but she could never mentally get away. So she ends up, let's say, ending herself. And after she does, she is cremated. Her remains are put into an urn. And that urn is in John Cook and Michelle Preston's. It's in their possession in a shed. So he has eternal possession over the person that, according to her, did terrible things while she was alive and drove her to that point. I mean, that is it sounds like somebody keeping a terrible trophy is what it sounds like. That's awful. I mean, that is absolutely an awful story to me when you think about it. Because she, again, by her, that's the kind of shit. That is next level accusations. I'm not saying those are true, but my God, they've talked about the freaking remains in the shed. She told the cops that. So yeah, I think we need one of those. I think people need to remember that. Thank you, Rhea Rye. By the way, Rhea Rye's got some, oh my God, some of the stuff that they have been working on. Oh my Lord. That's some next level awesome. So we're going to have some pretty awesome looking stuff there. They look good, Rhea Rye. I don't want to spoil any of it. I haven't wanted to show it off yet, but I did want to show off this little short. Shifter brains, things 5 there. Bar association's refusal to handle substandard lawyers is the reason lawyers have jokes, bad reputation. Yes, indeed. This association, among others, needs to be right. Yes, there needs to be. Well, it's like any of these associations. When you police yourselves, it's like when you look at the police, for example. When they go in, who reviews them? Well, it's usually an internal review board. And how many times have you looked at a situation and you thought, my God, that's monstrous, only to hear that they were cleared by a review board? Well, yeah, because they police themselves. That's the same thing. The bar, they police themselves. You should have people that have an understanding of law, but you shouldn't have an organization that benefits from dues from lawyers, because, you know, the longer they're in, the more money they collect. And again, it feels like paying off to make sure you don't get in trouble. nasty business. And even if they do, again, all they do is they say, well, yeah, you're out on your own, but on your own, you're allowed to file all these pro se lawsuits. And the bar has nothing to say about it. At least in Florida, once you hit a certain number, you're supposed to become a vexatious litigant. We'll see how that goes, though. But that's supposed to happen. What a mess there. Nana, what's up? Thanks for the 5 tug. You should check out Kiwi Company for logging bug. It's a creative crate company that my daughter loves. Kiwi Co. Let me look at Kiwi Co. Let me see. I'll check that out real quick. I'm gonna put it in here. Kiwi Co. Huh. I'll mark that and see what it is. I mean, what the first hits on it look interesting. So I'm snapshotting it to look at. Thank you, by the way. I'll check that out for sure. Jack's mom, thanks for the 2 there. Thanks. I'll tell him to watch, but no problem. I put in a little card thing in there too. I'll just show you. I think it's interesting. There was a card added by, but there's something else there. I thought it was cool and cute. Thought about adding to her stuff. Mama Bear, thanks for the 5 there. You have her beautiful outdoor shower with just enough cracks in the wall for John to peek through. Oh, gross. I wonder when he was having visitors, how was that happening? That's another gross idea, by the way. I hope when visitors were there that they were going somewhere else to clean up, because otherwise, yuck. Angela Quinn, thanks for the 2 there. I have a small Harlequin figure to donate. LOL. Hey, you know what? People are sending all kind of stuff for it. I put some. I didn't have any chickens, but I have ducks. So I got some little plastic ducks, some black and white ones. So I'm adding those to it as well. There's just so much. You'll have to see them. Bunsen, thanks for the 2 there. Yeah, thank you, Angela. It looks like Jay got struck. Really? Did he really? For what and by whom? Let me see. Oh, yeah, they're yeah. What it is it's the mass flagging effect. I think, but it's also some of it would be utilizing clips from other things. That's why when we use music, for example, YouTube is very weird about this stuff anyway. Mass flagging can cause you problems, like I said. But on top of it, it looks like a reused material hit, which is a garbage hit. I'll see what we can do about that. I'll talk to them, on that. But yeah, I see a letter from it. I'll check that out in a minute. Thank you for noting that, by the way. Christine, thanks for the 2. Put cardboard squares between games is land. I'm actually, if you look at it, like, I don't know if you can tell, but it's right up on the edges. I'm out of room. But yeah, I thought about, those gaming mats. You know what I'm talking about? Where they look like land. Like it's like a green, like just a green thing that you put down. It's got like it's got shrubbery and other stuff. I thought about using those, and I have a bunch of fake trees. I thought about putting fake trees in the background. See, I had this thing. I had to build it at one time. I kept having this weird dream. This is totally random, right? But I kept having this dream that I was on horseback riding through a bunch of trees in the middle of winter, and I was being chased by Terminator spider tanks of all the random stuff, right? So I was like, man, and I kept having this freaking dream. I was like, man, I gotta make something for that. So I ended up getting these 2 glass end tables. I got like a play mat. We made snow. We got all these trees, and got Lego. They had Lego spider tanks back in the day, and I got about 5 of those. Put them together. Had them. Had a little guy on horseback. It was pretty awesome build. But I still have all the trees from that, I think. So I might put them up. I kept that thing up for about 2 years. I loved it. James, thanks for the $5 super sticker there. Thank you, James. That's awesome, man. I'll have to go back and check the super sticker out too. Love those. Appreciate that. John, thanks for the 2. I have the urn. Need address to send it to. Hey, for anybody out there, just by the way, let me note this. If somebody would, first of all, post the P.O. box for John, so just copy it. But if anybody ever needs it, it is in the description of every video. So if you just go down, you'll run across the P.O. box, That way, I always put it in the description. That way it's easy to find. I don't know. I put a bunch of links, but give me a second. I'll get it for you too. 1 second here. I'm just going to copy it exactly as it comes up, So give me 1 second. There it is. You have to excuse the weird little uppercasing. That's something I did on accident. I just left it in. It auto copies for every one of those. All right. This was a shorter stream, I realized, but my voice is still in the man. I'm just tired after everything that's going on the last few days. I'm very tired still. So I probably will get me a little bit of rest here. But I appreciate you folks. It's been a good one. We will we'll go over LOL James the Kitty Ninja. But we'll be over early again, remember, for Megan. She's got a thing that night. So thinking about 2 o'clock my time. I believe that's the right time in that. So keep an eye out. It'll be a lot early, about 6 hours earlier than normal. All right. But anyway, appreciate you folks. We'll see you